Hello. I want to say a little bit today about well-being, particularly emotional well-being, in the context of a misunderstanding within society in terms of the dynamic around health particularly, which is an idea that you can be broken and therefore you need somebody else who is outside of you to fix you. And want to be really clear here that in an experience of emotional fragility, of deep feelings, visceral emotions, of course we're not denying that. We're not saying that that's not happening, because in that reality it's really profound and it's very potent. I know this firsthand myself, the feeling of hopelessness and helplessness. And from that space, of course, it looks like you're broken. But fundamentally, there's a deeper exploration and a deeper conversation to have, which considers the realization of wholeness and well-being being intrinsic, innate to us, and that healing can happen from that space. And what I'm not saying here is that it doesn't make sense to reach out for support, because of course that's all part of the conversation. It's very, very helpful to reach out for support from different health channels, whether that's traditional or holistic, support in any way that is helpful and conducive to healing. But there seems to be an idea of fragmentation around being broken, which feels like you have to have things done to you, or you have to acquire something that isn't within you, that has to be outside of you in order to feel well. And it's an entirely different conversation to look at it from an innate well-being point of view, in that it's never in any way denying an experience, because of course when thoughts and feelings are extremely potent, powerful, that is the reality at that point. But it seems clear to me that there's a very, very thick veil of frenetic thinking that obscures that well-being. Therefore, it does seem like it's separate from us, when in fact it's the calming down and the stillness and the recognition of the space in between the thinking and underneath the thinking. That's when we reconnect with that source of well-being within and begin to thrive again. And I'm just thinking that that's a totally different shift, isn't it, in terms of a paradigm of approaching matters. And of course, it doesn't mean we don't need help and support, and that it makes sense to seek support in different avenues. That runs in alignment with that foundation, but it changes the conversation entirely, because it recognises that we're never truly disempowered. Although we might need support and it might make sense to go in a particular direction, it starts here, and that's probably the most important conversation to have. So something to reflect on. Thanks very much. Take care.